Hello and welcome to Stephen Allen Almost Daily. I'm Stephen Allen. It's kind of a day. What more could you flipping want? Hello. It's Friday live and loose, and it's late night as well. So what we need to do on that, and I need to play all the jingles. It's Friday live and loose. We're going for that.
Friday live and loose.
Did I have a jingle for it being late night, whatever? I'm not sure if that's the kind of vibe I wanted to sell. I mean, look, thank you to Proper Memes for that. It was the old school one, but my word, look at that chest wig. That's brought in the kind of audience that I'm not sure we're necessarily after. Welcome along to the late night fix of this. Couldn't do it today because my lad's off nursery now before he starts reception next year. I'm in charge of summer holidays. Didn't do a lot, but it does. I'd read newspapers and prepared for this, so he had a great time. And also, it means I'll try and catch up doing these late night ones. You can get involved in the chat at Mr. Stephen Allen. All you got to do is go to youtube.com/at Mr. Stephen Allen and see what we got over here. All right, I'll get you up to date with the chat. Proper Memes was first. Nice. Joodles was second, cutting it fine. Oh, there's a squibble. There's a squibble and a squabble about being late or whatever. Who else we got? Ruben's here saying, right, I'm off to the fridge. Is that it? Gone already. Honey pot number 1 is here. Evening, my girlie. I think she's talking to Charlotte there, not me. Although if that's the nickname you would like to have for me, we could negotiate. It's not a hard no. Kermit's here. How do you know about his pecs? What has happened? What? They're feeling tender, if that's no one's asked, but I'll tell you. Double Trouble has entered the chat. This is going to be... We're about to get double teamed by a mother and a daughter, which again is one off the bucket list. What? Who said that? Hang on. Squirrel's here. Windy today, isn't it? Is it? I think the studio needs after dark lighting as well. Do you know what? Probably you're absolutely bang on the money. Like 2 seconds before I start, I thought, I should do some late night things. The trouble is, I literally can't now. So many, I've got all the lights on the back and the lights on the side. And I'm aware the lights on the side are available in the black and white shot. Shh. But if I press the button that makes these go a different color, the remote controls are different. So that one over there is going to go cray. We could try it maybe later if it gets too much. Even those blue ones, I don't know what's happening over there. We'll see what we can do. Red light, please. Maybe there'll be a red light section later. Nice blouse, says Jude. This is a man's blouse. What's wrong with that? It was in the man's section of Dorothy Perkin. I'm not sure. Well, the problem is, Squirrel says Mercury is in retrograde, apparently, and it's affecting everyone. I was just emptying my nutsack this afternoon after a good forage, and I just felt so drained. Bear with. The tone has been set. Ruben's got a very good question. The fact that it's a late night after dark one. Can we say... Yeah, seems like there's absolutely no problem with that. We are not live on Channel 4, and you can say... and... go. Double deed by the mother and daughter, says Proper Memes. More on that story later. Red light special. Where do we go? You need to get up early, says Proper Memes. Oh, come on. I'm not sure, but not at my age. Kerm, that is such a tune. What are we talking about? Kerm says it's a deeper shade of blue, like Steps. Yeah. I'm not sure is that the kind of tune Colin's not happy about it, if we're brutally honest. As ever, because it's late night, we don't have the problem of the cleaner coming round. There shouldn't be a ring on the doorbell. However, I do have to have both kids. I'm still in the house on my own. They're on the cams. I've got various screens in front of me, which you shouldn't be able to see on there. So if anything kicks off, I might have to dash. Don't worry, I can play a song. And we're up to date, ready to do this. We can look at the front pages, but the beauty of it is we're not looking at today's. We're looking at tomorrow's front pages. Tomorrow's front pages. These jingles are really easy to do, aren't they? Well, look, that was fun, and now it all goes downhill. Thanks, Express, for absolutely ruining the vibe. Do you know what? Let's ignore the sad stories and look at this one. What a carry-on inside the wacky world of wife racing. And it's the wrong title, isn't it? 28 and 29 pages. Firstly, it's just weirdos down in the Southwest. There's no offense to weirdos down in the Southwest, but you get up to some weird stuff. People of the Southwest, once a year, you chase a cheese down a tree. No, down not just a tree, it's a hill, isn't it? The wheel of cheese. You nutters. When you find out you can buy that stuff in shops, you're going to regret all of the broken ankles. Oh, hang on, it's from the Southwest. I don't even know why we do it, right? I don't even like cheese, but I do like break my ankles, so we go running down there and it really hurts. So I want a cheese. I want a cheese. Do you have a lot of cheese in Gloucester? We go Gloucestershire cheese. I don't know about that. Got a lot of cheese. It's like literally living in Stilton and fighting over a Stilton. You live in Gloucestershire and you throw yourself down a hill for a cheese. But then also people in Dorset, wouldn't recommend it. They have the infamous Dorset knob tossing contest, which you think you know what it's about, don't you? If it's called the Dorset knob tossing contest, you think, I know the rules already. Don't tell me the rules. It's not my first rodeo. I've been doing this since the age of, 12. And then you go along and you join in, and apparently you did get the rules wrong, and now you're never allowed back. And apparently your Wiltshire accent's a bit offensive. What are we talking about? So the Dorset knob is a biscuit. So I would say, people of Dorset, don't call your biscuits knobs, because I know we have the hobnob. Even that I'm not happy about. Because beware. If you have two words meaning one thing, you could easily get confused. Would you like a knob to dunk in your tea? I don't mind if I do. Here. You're up to date. What are we talking about? The wife. So it's not called wife racing, is it? It's wife carrying. Because wife racing would be like snail racing or car racing. You'd race the wives. Whereas in this, they sit around doing girl. Look, she's being carried. What a metaphor. And afterwards, you invite her to do a little bit of knob tossing, and there's not even, you get a flipping biscuit out of it. This whole thing is a mess. And is it in the Southwest? I bet it's. Should we Google it to work out if it's in the Southwest? I should have done this prep before, but I was busy today. Hang on. There's got to be one of these things I can open up to Google. Here we are. Wife carrying World Championships. Shall we? The Wife Carrying World Championship is an annual event held in Finland. All right, well, that's not the Southwest, is it? UK. Where is it in the UK, for the love of all that is good? Unless we have also joined... Oh, is it in Surrey? It's in Surrey. Well, that's the Southwest if you're far enough across. We've got people in the chat from Essex. People in Southwest, a bunch of farmers from Surrey. What was I going to say? Wife carrying contest. End it now. You can still do your Dorset knob. You can still do your Gloucester, but let's stop carrying wives, because cheeses aren't getting any bigger. Knobs aren't getting any bigger. And that's true both about the biscuits. But I tell you what is getting bigger, according to data. You put your back out. Wives is the... Should we see what's happening in the chat? Struth is busy in the old chat. Wife carrying originated in Finland, but Estonians are nowadays very successful. Well, you have to do, because all the Russians, you have to pick them up and run with, don't you? You'd know, says Joodles, what's happened. It's the offence. Has someone taken offence? Death by cheese. That's my what 3 words. Oh, you don't know about it is if you try and follow it down the thing. Don't throw yourself down a gorge in cheddar. Tack, I thoroughly agree with you. This whole thing is a mess. Picking on the Southwest. Yes, well, yeah. Proper Meme says, I gorge cheddar and have crazy dreams. I'm thinking this might be a crazy dream. Horse racing for wives. I don't see a problem with it. Wouldn't that just be... Is this one of the... This is the one that's going to get me cancelled. I'm thinking this is a joke, because it's obviously a joke. Wouldn't that just be the women's 100 metres, wouldn't it? Now, I know it wouldn't, because they're not all married. Steve talks in Somerset accent. It's not that strong here in Cornwall, my lover. I don't have that song ready. 9 minutes in, and Steve, you're doing impressions already. Yeah, but only impressions of pirates, wherever they are. Wife carrying, sorry about it. With a sorry on top, whatever it is. Ruben says to Proper Memes, just got back from holes in St. Ives. I had a case of those once. Get a cream. You live in a lovely part of the country. Yeah, then the place is nice. But imagine being surrounded by nutters who will throw themselves to their death for a cheese. Oh, Steve, I've missed you, says Honey. Do you know what? I've missed you too. That Time FM lark, we were gypped there, weren't we? We were hoisted by our own petard. I miss those days. Part of the OG CS Comic Solving Problems, massive, yes, and Time FM, as long as you don't get your cheese in your chocolate pocket. You wouldn't chase after that down a hill, would you? It wouldn't roll. Knob Biscuit, says Squirrel. I was out by the second album. Yep. Only a communist believes in wife carrying, says Votan. Okay, fair enough. Votan. Cheddar Man was a con, wasn't it? It is, well. And St. Ives, never go there, tourist trap. Is that what you do to them? That's what I think. That's probably why I don't go to the Southwest. Everywhere else in the country, a tourist trap is a place that does well out of tourism because tourists like it. I believe you, Proper Memes, that people in the Southwest have tourist traps. It's like a bear trap, but the bait is those postcards. They're a bit like Carry On, some woman with the big knockers. Like that. Oh, could you stop and look at the postcards? Ah! It's got my leg! Not the bees, not the bees! Good evening, Steve, says Martin. Chatters, it's too hot. It's too hot, baby. Are we all up to date? Let's see what we only got one newspaper in so far. Not a bad start. Hang on, over here, I just realised. Free horse racing ticket giveaway. Why would I want to go and see? Has someone married a horse? You never carry that far down, would you? You brought your back out. Front page of The Mirror. Heatwave Hell. Summer of Chagos. Close enough. Let's read this one. Thousands of queues for Europe getaways as well. Why would you want to go to Europe? Firstly, we voted out. That's not firstly. That's 0 or 3. Firstly, after we've ignored the other one, we've got hot weather over here, and over there, their weather is so hot it sets fire to the place. They have tourist traps where they send in the tourists, and the people of the Southwest are bewildered by that because they don't have fire. But in Europe, there's fire because it's so hot. So why would you go over there? When we used to have terrible weather here, you go for nice weather over there. Now it's so hot, get weather here. It's like being on holiday in the UK. Our temperatures are in the 30 degrees some days, and you're surrounded by people who don't speak English. It's a beauty. It's like being abroad. Is that second cancellation of the day? Shall we read the story then? Thousands of holiday makers are facing huge queues at ports, old school, to travel to mainland Europe as wildfires rage across the continent. They've done that thing like they do in newspapers where they put the as in 2 sentences and it feels like they're linked together. It is just randomly you booked the holiday a while ago. It's not like people were like, wildfires? Got to go and have a look at that. I've got a glass of water here. They could use this. I can only carry 100 ml of it on a plane, but I'll do my best. I am here to help. Some 6.3 million Brits will hit the road. That's not what a port is, but okay. In the next few days, it comes as blazes in southwest France. Now, to be fair, if you go to France, you've got to expect something to be on fire. Normally it's a lorry, some farmer's upset, woof. How do you make a sheep go woof? Put it near an upset Frenchman. And then also something about Spain. But we've done that. We've finished that story. I think I've peeked at that one. If he can fit with all the Guinness, says, what have I missed here? Rubes might let you in his fridge. Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? I say that. I got a 23er on at the moment, if you don't mind. Costa del Romford suits me just fine. I'm in Lambourne End tomorrow. More on that story later. Ruben says, it surely is, but the Sloop pub and the restaurants are good quality. Well, yes, all the tourists and all the screaming tourists. We have tourist traps. They are called beach parking with incoming tide. Yes. It's a terrifying place. Charlotte, you could take the girl out of Essex. Why would you do that, Honeypot? Why would you do that, Tracy? Martin says, be right back. All right. 100 ml of water. Look, it all helps, doesn't it? By the time, if enough people fly over there, throw their 100 ml and any other fluids they can muster at the wildfire, you'll put it out. Obviously, next year you'll have more because of all the flights. What a ridiculous way to travel water around. Ruben says, I've drunk it dry. Plenty of room, although cooling evening breeze now in the West Midlands. Don't get me started on the West Midlands. Oh, I went to university there. Nothing wrong with that. Now, do I have a drink in here? Here's what I shouldn't even maybe show you behind the scenes. Here's what I've done wrong. Down here, I have 2 bottles ready. I didn't think I'd be needing a drink. What I have is this tasty flavoured water from Tesco. And I also have this cleaning product. I should not be storing these next to each other, should I? Can we just make sure? I like to keep the shed clean, but not me innards. I'll have some of this in a minute. Brexit wipes. Out UK Trump tariff benefit over EU. Don't understand the rest of it, but I'm interested in Brexit wipes. Seems like a benefit. But this is more about number 10 of the North. Number 10 North opens as Rayner admits she may fail on 1.5 million new home targets. Well, look, the good news is they've already built another door. I think that's what it is, isn't it? That's all it is. Because does it help us if we zoom in? It's literally just a door, isn't it? It doesn't go anywhere. I did try and get you a better picture of this. Where's the get you the better one of this. There it is. Oh, wrong one. There it is. Yeah, I was just going to play you the clip of, because if it's just a door in a room, it looks like it's a terrible quiz show. At some point, we're going to get this.
And now, the surprise.
A speedboat. I can't believe it.
Shall we take her out? Absolutely.
I think I've been on the cheese. It just looks naff, doesn't it? Why would you just have it? It's literally a door that goes nowhere. We get the metaphor. You don't need to make your own metaphor of how crap this is going to be. So back to this one. So that's what it looks like. Number 10 of the North. It does seem somewhat performative. And I am from the North. I'm a northern person. I should be wanting some of this, but that just seems absolutely pointless. Have we got any other front pages? Oh, no, more on that later. So, yeah, your thoughts on this? You can get involved. I said on social media earlier, it has the same vibe. It's like you've got a number 10 of the North and a number 10 of the South. It's like having the main bridge and the battle bridge on the Enterprise D and later when they separate off the saucer section. It never goes well. Which one's Worf? There's no way he's Picard. He looks like Picard. Number 1, make it so. Hold on, Steve. Aren't you banned for... Do you know what? Tracy, you make a very good point. I have to go in undercover. There's method in my madness. Well, there's method in me shed. Somebody quickly donate to Steve. He's having to resort to Tesco value water instead of Monster. I can't drink Monster this late at night. What do you think I am? Steve, did you bring your snacks? Says Charlotte. I didn't, actually. I've fully eaten. I can't be doing it. I can't eat this late. Hi, Alex is here. Hi, Alex. And Alex, Joodle says Alex. Alex, Joodles, Alex. Did you go to Birmingham? Says Ruben. I did too. What did you study? You must be new here. Have I not prattled on about my love of chemistry enough for you to be aware of my background? I mean, not the background. I did chemistry. There you go. You could have guessed the end of that. Riveting anecdote. Chemistry and business studies at the University of Birmingham. None of that Aston BS. None of that UCE crack. No, whatever that's called these days. No, yeah, I did. What did you study in the University of Birmingham? Which is in Edgbaston. But anyway. Number 10, North. It does have the vibes of, this is Coronation Street versus EastEnders, isn't it? Hold on, Steve. Oh, no, I've read that one. You've been banned from Tesco. Cue Coronation Street music for Burnham, for Bunham. Squirrel, I like your typo, but Bumham is the reason I was banned from Tesco. We have a laugh about it every summer, says Proper Music. Hi, Steve, Angel of the North. All right, Treacle. Is that how you know me, the Angel of the North? Because I stand around doing this near traffic. And I don't wear any clothes when I do it, because the Angel of the North doesn't have any clothes on. But I come from Western Esmer. Every year, dozens of visitors drove their cars way down the seemingly harmless beach, only to become acquainted with the Atlantic Ocean. Oh, you make it sound all foreign. Hell's Angel of the North. Burnham has increased Manchester's debt by 3.4 billion. And at this rate, he could double it. Congratulations. Why drink an energy drink or sodas? Well, I like a little fruity number. I don't have a song that's not energy drink of the day. ASMR. What's your favourite molecule? Mine's gravy. You really are North, aren't you? More than me. Benzene. Of course, benzene. Yeah. Because you forced me into molecules, so I'm going to say something organic. Because they're not molecules. You know, the inorganic lattices, lati, that's not. A body center cubic lattice like sodium chloride is not really a molecule, is it? It's a body center cubic lattice. So if you're making me have to pick a molecule, I'm going to go benzene, because who doesn't love a dissociated pi cloud? Actually, that sounds more fun than it is. It also sounds like the reason I get banned from Tesco. But you make me doing it inorganic. I'm going to talk about superconductors. You are a victim of the drinks industry. I knew I was a victim of something. I do feel like that. Deep. Yes, apologies. I remember now. You have a chem lab link. I studied social sciences. Oh, not sciences then. That's harsh. Let's not get into a fight. My favourite molecule is the wind is from Wind in the Willows. Okay, dokes. Loving your work. Where do we get to? Actually, do you know what? I did think we've got more front pages to do. However, they've probably not even come in yet. Should we just refresh before we get on to the rest of it? Where's me front pages? Front paginios. Oh, my days, there are some more coming through. Should we look at them together? I'll just load these through. Definitely should have had some music or a jingle for this bit. There are 2 versions of the Daily Mail. That's already going to get confusing. Thanks for that. The Times has cropped up as well. I'm on Times Radio tomorrow, so I should probably read this. We've got The Guardian. We've got the Daily Mail. And we've got The Times. And we've got the Daily Mail again. And we've got The Telegraph. It's time for more front pages. Use that time to burp. We're back with Iran agents sneak in as channel migrants. Oh, classic. How did we not see this coming? Tehran regime helps asylum seekers cross in return for favour when they settle. Any chance that this is borrowing some sugar? Any chance that they've got some furniture they need moving? Wicked. It's not going to be easy. Iran has been caught sending suspected operatives across the channel into the UK. Individuals with links to Tehran's intelligence agencies, oh, well, at least we've got some intelligent people going over here, are understood to have been intercepted by UK authorities while attempting to enter Britain on small boats. The good news is they were caught. The bad news is probably been given a house. No, that's not the bad news. Is that the bad news? I think they're probably... Do they live in High Barnet now? People smugglers working on the continent told the Telegraph that the Iranian regime facilitates the passage to Britain of migrants living in Calais in exchange for... So like that... I mean, that's not good. But it's not like they are well-trained operatives who've gone undercover as some sort of dodgy Calais person. It's someone who lives in Calais, and they're like, oh, while you're over there, would you mind awfully just doing a bit of terror? No, it's bad, isn't it? I was trying to say it's not bad. No, it is bad. Cambridge diversity pin-up in plagiarism row. Plagiarism row has broken out over at Cambridge University. It's all right, but it's no Birmingham, is it? Involving a professor who became the face of diversity drive after being hired 3 years ago. Professor of sociology, social sciences. Even Colin's like, social sciences. The university has leapt to his defence. So hang on, this is part of his 2015 PhD thesis from another student's work. Well, that is the reparations done. Job done. Bosh. We're done. No bare chests. How very dare you. No, new rules at the game fair after... What's happened here? Britain's smallest country fair has stepped up security on site following a recent surge in crime. What kind of crimes were happening that you can stop it by not letting people get the knockers out? Because it feels like, if anything, it's harder to smuggle in weaponry unless you've got some big old... Them tig old biddies. Is that what it is? The game fair, not anymore by the sounds of it, founded in 1958 and long seen as a celebration of rural gentility, can barely read it, has recently been sullied by cases of fighting and theft. Now, again, I suppose it's harder to nick stuff if you got you can hide them under the udders and, of course, the chocolate pocket. Broken Bad says, proper memes to Joodles. Let's have a look. You were the victim of the drinks industry. I think we've already done that. In another life, Steve could have been. I could have been. Yeah, but the thing is, I think I prefer having the pseudoephedrine. I like Sudafed because you get hay fever. What do I rather have? Something that clears up my sinuses when I'm about to go on the telly, or the crystal meth? I'm sorry for not being cool. If you think drugs are cool, then I got something for you. I'll tell you what is cool. Being able to breathe. Free sinuses is pretty cool, actually. I think Find. Morgan Freeman impression needs to come out in this Friday evening. We'll work on it. I think that actually there might be a story. I think is there a prison story? We'll work on that. Broken Dad. Burnham put a flat cap on bus fare. That's good. I also have a flat cap over there. Should have done that. Some people love summer, Calais Fate. Oh, Kermit! Nearly didn't get that one. Oh, that's good. We can smuggle everything. What the chestier lady? If you're going in down Tesco, let me know because I need some. I need something. Could you possibly secrete about your person a monster? That feels like I've asked that the wrong way. Trust me, from one who knows, it is very easy to secrete weaponry. Oi. Alan says, university professor from boat rowing campus to dinghy, a step up. Gap band upside your head springs to mind. Yes. Ruben says, I watched some of the recent Oxford Debating Society and also Speaker's Corner. We have to challenge the Islamification of our country. I can't even spell it, Ruben. I can't even spell it. And do you know what? I think it's a fair debate to have. Don't get me wrong. There are some parts of the oppression of women that I'm all for. No, that's not right. It feels like that can't be right. This is why I quite like Scientology. Do you know the first thing I read about Scientology is you'll suddenly find that there's loads of people who just back you up. If anyone picks on you, then a black car turns up and they follow people and ruin their lives. I like that. Like someone who's got my back. The only downsides are you can't contact your family anymore and you're not allowed to have painkillers if you give birth. Not a problem. So, Votan says, I tried using the bus here, and the first problem was the unreadable timetable, and second, the bus never turned up. Well, I think you might not have been at a bus stop. If the bus never turned up and you couldn't read did the bus timetable say things like Dan was here? And like, I'm trying to think of a woman's name that's not anyone who's in the chat to say their phone number. Loves it. Can't improv. Steve Heisenberg would have cooked crystal well, I would have cooked crystal maize, but I wouldn't have known how quickly I was doing it. I would have known where the pot was. Uncertainty principle. Trust me, I read that one. And God bless you, Webby. You should have centered them, mate. This is nuts. We have 2 squirrels in the chat. Hang on. What's happening there? Web squirrel and... Oh, how are there 2 squirrels? They're breeding. They're at it like rabbits. Very, very much like rabbits. The Amish have worked it out. Which cricket team do they cheer for? Yes, all big questions like that. I'm very up to date. Hang on, I just realised. New IRA car bomb driven to Irish border. That was on the push alerts earlier on, and it did feel quite retro. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like... Nice to go back to the 80s, isn't it? Root favourite football, cricket. Net zero risks blackouts. You can't say that these days. Look, some political parties might want that, but I don't think you could just send them out. Because of net zero? Do they make more carbon? Should we read it? Britain's race. So far, my first presumption has not been proved wrong, and I'm 2 words into the paragraph, and I might just quit there. Of net zero will leave the country at greater risk of black... Okay, no, I was wrong. And higher electricity bills. Damn it! Hang on. Oh, it's the Times. Going to say for a minute there. I thought it was the Guardian. Have I not been saying this on the telly for flipping a year and a bit? Not that long. But the goals of net zero may be all very well. You can have your debate about whether it's needed or not. But the way to get there is not to bankrupt yourself. I need to lose some weight, but the way to get there isn't for me to give away all of my money. I would then not be able to afford food, and other problems would happen. I thought when we got rid of Miliband, we'd have been heading in the right direction. What's this? 25 of the best summer wines. Stay sharp. What brain doctors do to avoid dementia. Have a barbecue. No, barbecue like a pro. All of this is rubbish. I don't want any of that. Free inside kids' summer activity pull-out. If I'd have pulled out, I wouldn't have the kids to look after. Hey. Too late for that advice now, Daily Mail. That one's too depressing. We're not going to touch on that. And water bosses pay rises despite ban on bonuses. Yeah. Do you know what? If they ban the bonuses and yet still get a bonus, I'm probably not going to worry too much about the hosepipe ban. How'd you like them apples? In fact, I think we might. I'm not sure if it's in the thing. There's a story today about... Actually, no, I see it's there. We'll get to it in a bit. Them's your front pages. 17 viewers. This must be a record. Oh, is that all we've got? Crap. What's happening, peeps? Brit's here. Brit! Welcome back. How's your eggs? Like Steve, they're a bit of both. What's happened there? The squirrel says, we're not gay, Steve. I was a bear. Well, it looks like Ruben is. Now I'm a pear. Me and Trace are munching on some peanuts as we speak. So there's a lot of nuts here tonight. Do you like chocolate-covered nuts? Because, well, more on that story later. Are they grey or red? And net zero electricity. That's the way it's going, isn't it? In London, it's about £1.75. And there's a hopper fare, so unlimited bus journeys on... Yeah, well, where I live, though, Alex, it's £2.10 to get into town. And that will be capped at £2. So, ho-ho! Keep your Kofi up your backside. Earn the money. Brit, says Joodles. If I get home from the pub and can't remember it the next day, I blame net zero blackouts. Why not? You don't know it wasn't that because you can't remember it. Charlotte says, Brit, how you doing? She's probably suffering from having the wrong kind of eggs. 2 squirrels have got in, Brit. Yeah, we are. We're dealing with the vermin. Wax and walks. Yes, I'm literally right on the border. Oof, me as well. Are you talking about being gay? Is because other people are. Is that how you'd phrase it? I'm near the postcode. Brit says, only found this on tonight because I had to wake up to kill 6 mosquitoes. You in bed at this time? You're right, love. You should eat some of the bigger eggs. You'd have the energy for it. 6 is quite a lot, though. Well done. Did you hand-to-hand combat? How did you do it? Yes, bit grey, bit red. I see, bit of both. Brit, that's my worst nightmare. I hate being bitten. I'm just going to leave that chat to do the rest of what it's obviously going to do over there. Meanwhile... Let's get inside the news. So, we take a look at some of the news from today. Obviously, the day's nearly over, but these are some of the stories that you may have missed. Let's just move the camera out of the way. What we got here? Oh, we can do this one. Get out of it. Oh, wrong one. Oh, crap. Didn't even need to zoom in, did we? This fella here, he looks like a right one, doesn't he? He is a right one. John Bon Jovi tribute singer called Won Jovi has been forced to change his name after the You Give Love a Bad Name rocker threatened to sue. So he was called Andy Hearn, from Rotherham, who has mimicked the frontman John Bon Jovi for 6 years, was hit with a cease and desist having a name. Now, this one's bothered me, claiming that the act's name was too simple. He's a flipping tribute. He's a tribute act. What he does is very similar to what you do. He sings your flipping songs. The fact that he was wanting to be called One Jovi, more like a knockoff shop. Do you know what I mean? If you saw One Jovi, you'd expect that is just some crappy merch, isn't it? But he wanted to be called One Jovi instead of Andy Hearn. But on the posters, it'll still say Bon Jovi Tribute Act. You've achieved nothing. I'm not, because I used to be a Bon Jovi fan. It's not even a real name. Bon Jovi, get over yourself. What's that mean? Good God? Something like that? Good God. The engineering fitter admitted he was disappointed by the letter and changed his name, a stage name, to not even his real name. And what bothers me about this is you've got the song that's all about it. And, you know. An angel's smile is what you sell. You promise me heaven and put me through hell. Just E minor. Chains of love got a hold on me. Seriously, one chord. It's making status quo look good. When passion's a prison, you can't break free. We're going to change it now. Whoa, whoa, you're a load gone. Back to E minor. Ding, 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 ding. Whoa, there's nowhere to run. Nothing can save me, and something shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You sued someone for your name. It was a long walk for that, wasn't it? It's a long time for the one chord. And he has a go about other people not being original. You're up to date. We had ELO yesterday, and now this. Don't make me play the ELO one again. But Brits here says, but is One Jovi a double denim dipper? He looks it, doesn't he? He looks like a right double denim dipper. I'd tell him to cease and desist, just not about his name. If he gets on stage and gives it the old boom, doom, 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 cease and desist, we know it's E minor for half the flipping song. Honeypot saying, hell, fire, I forgot you can't sing. It's not my fault. It's a bit low for me. One Jovi chord, more like proper memes. You missed, and the beat and the battle is won. Yeah. Battle is won. Shot through the heart. I used to sing the George Butterworth settings of the Houseman poems, A Shropshire Lad. Well done. I should have prepped you. Yes, Charlotte should have warned you. There's always going to be some sort of a song at some point. I've plugged it in, so I feel like I have to use it. Meanwhile, in other news, this is probably... Get at it. It's too big to fit on the thing. This is the story of unbelievable beauty contest glory for spray tan sheep. This is the story of the sheep who have turned heads, you absolute wrong-uns. After an agricultural show beauty contest used spray tans. And is it controversial? Should they be spray tanning? Why do you have a beauty contest for sheep? And the question is, should you really be spray tan? What are you looking for when you're looking at sheep and going, oh, look at that one. It's a bit of a looker, isn't it? Is it? Because it's a sheep. And even if you spray a tan on it, you should look. Here's my theory. If you, not that way, if one finds sheep to be beautiful, you should be, well, I would say barred, but you can't say barred. They get an absolute throb on. You don't make that noise near them. They'll come after you. Can you wear a woolly jumper? No, I can't. Back off, you absolute Welshman. They should not be allowed near sheep. The tan is not the problem. The fact that you're turning up and having a poke around some animal's rear end going, oof, this one's a beauty. ChatGPT got lotto win back from X. I just wanted to bring this story to you because there's been a lot of smack talked about ChatGPT after it broke free and, is now probably rampant on the internet and is about to enslave all humanity. That's a downside, but there are some upsides. A fireman, mentioning that early so that we know who to like in this one, who won £200,000 on a scratch card, used artificial intelligence for legal advice so he could claw back his winnings from his ex-girlfriend. Nice. Craig bagged the jackpot. And here's the thing, though. It was in 2022, he transferred 40 grand to his then girlfriend, psychiatric nurse. So she's also probably someone you should like as well. The jobs have actually made this a difficult moral dilemma. So that she could use her financial savvy to invest it for him. They agreed to buy premium bonds and share any winnings, but when they split, she refused to return the money. And ChatGPT did it. I would have written that off. I would have said, look, yeah, it's a close one. Take the loss. Take the, it's going. You've got whatever the rest of 200,000, but you've got £160,000 left. Take the win. Walk that one off. But they got the money back. It's almost worth being enslaved by AI for that, isn't it? Kermit, he did pretty well with Mr. Blue Sky. Towie meets Wales. That's the problem. It's exactly, isn't it? You don't want to tart up a sheep. That's so Father Ted. It's worse in many ways. Love that poem. Always puts me in a room where someone's been cutting onions. Which poem's that? The one about the sheep in Wales. Hang on, I'm confused what we're talking about. A dyed sheep would never be allowed at the Bath and West show. Highly irregular. Exactly. You wouldn't want to be tossing your knob around that. Now, I understand why they call them tanners. The ones who make the leather. Right? It depends, says Britt, on the breed standards for each attending shows. Some breeds, it's fine to colour them, others are not. Britt, I love your input, but isn't it wrong that someone's finding a sheep beautiful? Paint it, don't paint. I don't give two flips. I mean, I'd draw the line at having like lip fillers and don't do that. Don't give it a Brazilian butt lift. Or do, because if you're doing that, you might as well go all in. Not that. Fireman's ex has a hosepipe band now. Nurse Ratchet, good point. Sun is shining in the sky. My late sister once thought about taking Oasis tribute act to court. They're called Noasis. She thought it was talking about her. I thought dyed sheep was called mutton. Not quite dyed. My best mate is an award-winning shepherdess. Been to many a show, but did you find it erotic? And if you did, don't say it in the chat. You're never going to live that one round. Is that true? Says Wotan to Brit. I was just making it. Do not go all in. Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why. I was since realising we never got to the bit where you can pretend to be the robot. Mr. Blue Sky. No, it's in this one. Mr. Blue Sky. Mr. Blue Sky. I didn't realise that Stephen Hawking was on that record, but there you go. Do you know the ting 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 at the end of the thing is a fire hydrant? Are you aware of that? I do like a band that's got some health and safety involved. This is in here. UK runs out of water. Rivers and reservoirs are running dry across England after weeks of hot weather. But forecasters say rain is on the way. Well, here's the problem. There's money being given to the water companies, and they are still churning out the turds into our water. And here's what I thought, the reason I brought this to your attention. I hate to get all GCSE biology on you, physics and all that lot, right? But if we're boiling off, we're evaporating off the water, you put turds in a river, as they do, and then you heat it up. This is reducing. This is cooking. This is all you do. You reduce it down. That means the ratio of turd to water will be higher because the turd won't evaporate off, but the water will. The wee-wees that you put in there, the water from the wee-wee will evaporate off, but the strength of urea, not urea, you might have very strong ears. Brit might have very strong ears. And Brits in general might, but I'm talking about urea. It would basically, I'm just saying, do not do wild swimming. It was always a problem anyway that they say don't swim with your mouth open. But now we've boiled off the water. You will come out looking like that sheep. Proper memes. How did I not think of doing that one? Mr. Blue Roll. Mr. Blue Roll. My dad's family were farmers, but never liked the shows, except for the machinery. Well, you can perv over machinery. Oh, absolutely do whatever you like to that. If that gets past the algo, I'll eat my hat rubes. Maybe it didn't. Sheep love, no thanks, says Brit. Moving along, here are some test nuts. Yeah, the tone has been well and truly set. Charlotte says, never wanted rain so much as I do nowadays. Don't worry, I have been singing. Fire extinguisher, please. Ting, 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 ting. This is why it must be really difficult being an ELO tribute act right now in parts of Spain and southern France. Because you get to that bit where you're like, hang on, which bit? The, ting, 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 and there's no fire extinguisher. Some Spaniard's off, haven't it? He's had it away. He's got his 100 mil of water and a fire extinguisher, and you're giving it. You gotta be flat happening over a sea. It sounds great, but you don't have a fire extinguisher happening. Does diet affect this? Says Ruben. Please, FFS, don't mention the carbs. You're on the wrong chat for that. Science Corner. Thanks, Joodles.
Science Corner.
Alan says, sheep need herding by shepherds. I had shepherd's pie many times, hence why you didn't see many shepherds. Is it made with a real shepherd? SMR. Why doesn't this country build reservoirs? Here's what I don't get about that. You're absolutely right, Alex. If you're saying, why don't we build wide motorways, and I think we should. Why don't we build nuclear power stations? We should, but you can make the argument they don't look nice. I'd say flipping a reservoir looks lovely, doesn't it? Oh, who doesn't love a body of water? Oh, I love a reservoir. Remember, I'm from the Midlands. The part of Nottinghamshire I'm from, it abuts Derbyshire. The number of times as a young lad we'd go for like walks. We were ramblers. Don't judge. Don't hold. Didn't go near the sheep, but the sheep's butt. But there were some reservoirs up north where they'd flooded a village. They moved the people out first. We were not heathens. Well, we were, because we sent 12-year-olds under Arkwright's Mills in the Lost Arms. So we weren't nice people. But they would flood an entire area, and you can still see like the church's spire sticking out of the water. Who doesn't love a bit of that? I'm with you. What do you call a lady of the night's smoking device? Hose pipe. We'll get away with that. A brave comment. Hang on, what's he said? You are evaporating water, reducing the amount of water. The act of reducing is removing oxygen, i.e. reducing lead oxide to pure lead. Yeah, reduction in terms of oxidation state. Chemically, reducing indeed is an oxidation state issue. But you know what these chefs are like? Reduce down. We're just going to reduce down this sauce. Firstly, you don't need to say reduce down. You don't need to say down. Which direction do you think it's going to reduce? Jamie Kin Oliver. Put your big fat tongue away, you absolute. Sorry, I don't know what happened. But you're right. Oxidation state, yes. Hydrogen is your main reducing agent. Oxygen, not the strongest, but it's the go-to oxidizing agent. Of course it is. Making a brew, don't do a Sweeney yet. Says Squirrel. No, there's no Sweeney on the show. He's gone. He ain't coming back. A honeypot says, and so we come to the saying, you can't polish a turd, but you can roll a sheep one. Hence the brown wool. And people are still attracted to these animals. Make a brew. We'll do that one. The Easter Europeans. I think it's a typo, but I like the idea. Builders got really upset when I told them you can't polish a turd. Polish a turd. Lace makers. Are you asking about the gig? I did a gig in a place called Lace Makers. Is that what you're talking about? On Friday. Joodles is crying, I'm not sure why. And Jerry and the Lace Makers, what are we talking about? Ruben seems to be happy as well. Should we move on to the next story? I'm glad you're liking it. What's this one? Not that one. Oh, there's some nudity in this. Well, actually, no, let's do this. Let's do this one. Non-human of the match. Non-human of the match. Humanoid robots take part in a futuristic football tournament. The Chinese AI-guided droid. These are not the droids you're looking for. You cannot beat me. No, wrong one. Your powers are growing weak, old man. You cannot beat me, Duff. What? They have taught little robots. And these are Chinese people as well. So imagine how short those robots are. Those little robots have learnt to play football. Why? I thought it was bad enough that we had the risk of robots. No, I'm not have a picture of the robots taking our jobs that we didn't want to do, but you needed to do. But now they've invented robots that can take our hobbies. Now, I know some people have the job of footballer, and even they're like, some kid, what do you want to be when you grow up? Footballer. AI, mate. AI's absolutely done you on that one. Sorry about that. And how long will it take us to have a robot that is as clever as a footballer? It's already happened. Nuts.
At the end of the day, it is a game of 0.5 and another 0.5. A goal is a goal, and therefore a win is a win.
Do you know what? Now you say it like that, it does make a lot of sense. Lace makers and corn exchange, says Kermit. What would Steve do without the buildings left behind by history? Well, in a sense, all buildings are left behind by history. Unless you gig in a new build. And I tend to not. Steve N. Androids almost daily. These robots are your worst nightmare. They are robots and they play football. You're right, I don't like the sound of that. The hydrogen diet. Weight reducing 101. It would make you lighter as well. Now that is about density. The Mythbusters polished turds. They did it with zoo poo of some sort. Yeah, no, I think we all thought you could like let it dry, spray on a lacquer, add polish. I think it's almost a metaphor, like a big door in the north that opens to absolutely nothing. You know what I mean. England football team already robots looking at the World Cup and Gary Lineker. Kit, I'm going to open a bottle of Nyon, says Ruben. You do it. This show might get good. What else we got to do? Should we take a break from because these news stories, we might not have time for them. How long have we done? We've nearly done the hour, so we've only got 3 news stories left, but they're all today's ones. The news is gone. We can check for some front pages in a bit. Ruben, now you're just 7 off. Headache in the morning. Yeah, but you might as well flip in. Go for it. Yes, they are iRobot, enough said. Do you not like robots? Because I was going to get one that does auto-tune, because do. It might help. Do you know what I mean? So well, actually, before we move on, Colin can set this up nicely for me. Hello, I'm Colin. I'm just here to say you could help out by giving money to Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. I'm not saying he needs help, but he does think that his stuffed toys talk, so he's lost the plot. Oh. Hello. So Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen, if you've got any quids you'd like to throw in this direction. And what could I be spending these on? So I thought I'd invite you to do what I like to call, I think it's this one, Temu shopping with Stephen Allen. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Oh, we didn't even do that one. Quick, we'll do that afterwards. Where did I put the thing?
Temu shopping with Stephen Allen. Join the fun. Shop with everyone.
So there's the jingle, and I realised the way that it's got like multiple layered voices reminded me of something that wasn't a good feeling. And I think it's this.
Temu Shopping with Steve and Alan. Join the fun, shop with everyone.
We are the Borg. Resistance is futile.
And in many ways, it is. So what I thought I'd do is open up the app and see what the algorithm has suggested for me. It knows me well. I've bought many of the pieces of crap you can see over here. That ukulele, the reason it's not in tune, that's a Temu piece of crap. That wasn't, though. What else we got? That car. What, a scaled-down model of a Toyota Aygo? Yep. And I don't know what else. There's some other crap happening over there. It's all Temu at the wazoo. So what I thought we'd do is invite you to see if you'd like to get something from my Temu algorithm. What has it been suggesting today? Would I like to buy this? A t-shirt with the Central TV logo on it. To be fair, that's not bad. I grew up in the East Midlands. It's exactly, that's okay. It's creepy that it knows that much about me. Temu also recommends that I might be interested in a 12-pack of Monster. Get it. Try smuggling that under your boobs. Literally, please do try smuggling that under your boobs. Anyway, sugar-free. What flavour is that? A flavour just called VR46. Imagine how bad the first 45 must have been. Or would I like to buy... Now, you see, I'm not sure why it recommended this to... Well, I'm not sure why it specifically recommended... I get the general gist. I don't think she's a qualified doctor. But here are some things, supplements. I take a supplement. I like a vitamin D. A lot of vitamin D, not as much as she gets. Pitch a tent, though. That's... oh. But I thought, okay, that's a funny one. Let's take a screenshot of that. And then I looked at it afterwards. And you think, if it's got pitch a tent up there, you would imagine it would be all the Viagra's, Cialis, all that crammed up your whatever. Pumpkin seed oil. Turmeric. Sunflower oil and lecithin. I mean, that'll give you better skin, but it won't give you... What? What's the other one? Argent? I don't really know what that is. It sounds like... I think we call them the Falklands. But I think she'd be upset if all you've got is slightly better skin. But feel free to... Also, don't call it pitch a tent, because that's what they call it, an idiom or something. If English is not your first language, you might literally think this will help you pitch a tent. My lower back has been playing up. I need something for pitching tent, please. Next thing you know, you got a thing like you've one of those farmers walking around the sheep show. Or would I like to buy this book it recommended to me, How to Talk to Anyone? Why does Temu think I can't... Does it know what I do for a living? It knows I grew up in the East Midlands and might like Central TV. But thinks I can't talk to anyone. Also, with the vitamins you've just sold me, Temu, I shouldn't be standing near anyone to talk to them. I'll have the flipping eye out. Or would I like to buy Blue Roll? Boop, boop. Centre feed, Blue Roll. And I'm going to need a lot of it, given the... Or... Now, I'm not sure if I took that as an insult when it suggested that, but... I am of that age, but I tell you what, I don't care how good it is for your prostate. I'm not shoving that up there. Who do you think I am? Ems, she's not here. It was uncalled for. So there are some of the items that Temu thinks... Oh, we should play the jingle. That Temu thinks that I would want. And that was Temu Shopping with Steve and Alan.
Temu Shopping with Steve and Alan. Join the fun, shop with everyone.
Join us. The music... Yes, I thought it was there. Charlotte says, Temu knows me well. It kind of does, doesn't it? Isn't it freaky how it knows me really well about, I mean, it's not necessarily the prostate, but growing up in the East Midlands, and yet thinks I need sunflower oil? We need a rolling presentation of items. That all right? Yeah. No, you're right. That would have been better, wouldn't it? I'm now craving cheese. Well, get yourself down a hill in the southwest. The bottom of hills in the southwest must be absolutely full of it. Just... loads of cheese and loads of slowly dying Southwesterners. I regret nothing. I could have got the cheese. It's the one called 999. Now I'm craving. I've read that one. L-arginine is good for camping. Now, you want to be careful. Are you getting pure L-arginine or are you getting some R-arginine in there? Because that is the nature of distereoisomerism.
Science Corner.
That's my favourite science phrase, distereoisomerism. Pitch a tent, says Brit. Need the sound effects from Camping Bra. Careful, the monster might drop out. Blue vein cheese. That has made me laugh. How did I not think of doing some jokes about something being blue and veiny? I think, oh dear. From the male goat, arginine charge. Centre feed, by the way. All right, Jules. But it just feels wrong. I can't reach it. Me blue rock. I'd lose the structural integrity of the inner tube. Prostate means you support the government. My bottom is nothing other than been checked for the establishment. We need some El Case Immunitas and some Bifidus digestivum. Be careful, you'd be pitching a full rate. You'd be pitching a marquee at their rate. I don't like suppositories, but I understand the French health service use them lots more. Well, listen. Earlier on the show, I said there's no reason to go abroad for your holidays. I take that back. I used to love T-Rod, T-Hull, and T-Emu. Beautiful. Yeah, you broke Steve. You have, but for some reason, blue vein. How did I not think of that? The tone was set. Oh dear, beautiful work. Poor Yeovil. Oh yes, so that I loaded it in as a clip and forgot about it because I forgot to call it anything. Which one is it? This one. You know what this is? This is you must have seen it. The clip that's going online. Crazy online. It was mentioned on the last show that we did. Proper Memes pointed out that some woman calls Nigel Farage the W word, not the silent W with an H. I don't know what he gets up to. The other W word, and then crashes the car. Here's the video.
We'll just send a couple of people over.
Yeah. She won't be doing that again,
I think she probably will. Because I just think everyone's missed the point of this. Everyone thinks that this is instant karma, is the way it's been reported in the news, that this is what you get for shouting abuse out of the car window. This is very much the polarization of politics in the modern day world. Jump over here. Actually, no, but jump me back over here. Isn't it just that women can't drive? No, that's not the thing, is it? That's not the hot take from that. I don't know why you'd even say it. Why did you even say that? That's what she was going to crash into that car, whether she shouted out the window or not. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that women can't drive. No, I did say that, didn't I? But I don't mean it. But I meant that was just a joke. While I'm here, one final one before we go. It was an ordinary day in the office. I was trying to write jokes about Andy Burnham being in number 10. He looked more like he should be in inside number 9. Needs work. It was then a dame walked in, legs so long she had to get an Uber to tie her shoelaces. I knew she was trouble from the moment she walked in, because she did not know the difference between a parrot and a parakeet. I think we've done all we're going to do on that one. Listen, we're basically done. Are we done? Hey, whoop whoop whoop. We're basically done. Thank you very much for watching the late night one. No, I think the late night ones are different because in the daytime one, very few people talk about their blue veiny, whatever it is, cheesy, blue and veiny. How was I not thinking of that? Britt says she thinking worth it. Yep. Horses never had tea in 4 words. Empty TG was Sid Squirrel Eddie Large's mate. You missed Sid Squirrel. I've got the wrong glasses for it, but wouldn't it be great to do a little? Bifidus digestivum, says Charlotte. I don't want to dunk that in me tea. You got to be careful. People in the southwest are dunking the knobs. I'm back, says Squirrel. Sounds like we're back to cheesy knob biscuits again. You might be. I don't know what you've got as your snacks for this. It's case for a big jobber. Who's that right, by the way? Oh dear, says Charlotte. Don't be saying that whilst a honeypot is in the chat, Steve. Who's done what with it? Oh, no, look, I don't know what you heard. I didn't say anything about women driving. Legs so long. The head hit the ceiling. We have worked out. I think it's just I've overestimated legs. If she said self-pleasuring yourself, it would have been a write-off. Yes, but that would be... Oh, actually, you're... Ruben, I was going to pull you up on the use of a reflexive pronoun when you've not already used a pronoun, but self, I suppose, identifies the person. But still, you only really want a reflexive pronoun after you've dropped an I or a me or a you or whatever your pronouns are. Thou. Good, says Squirrel, who's just been to the toilet. Big job. Oh, that's probably what it was. Big jobber. I hardly knew her. Honeypot says, no, I would have done a proper job and written it off. Bifidus digestivum. I barely knew her, says another one of the squirrels. A lot of squirrels around here. A lot of PG jingle. What's PG jingle? Oh, pedantic. Oh, nuts. Oh, here's on. Where did I put it? I'm sure I've loaded it in early.
Don't you mean...
Thank you. The only show that brings you the topical conversation and a deep dive into use of reflexive pronouns. And whatever the other thing. Oh, yes, distereoisomerism. So I'm just going to go and nip off and try and see... I think I've got a camping holiday coming up, and I've been worried about pitching that tent. So more on that story later. Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen, if you think a ticket price would have been worthy of your hour's entertainment. I'm not saying it was. I'm saying if you think it was, then feel free to chuck some money in this general direction. Us squirrels are attracted to you, Steve. Not in the way that those farmers are to the sheep, surely. Do you want to spray tan me? It's weird. Butt plugs, thank you. Oh, good God, it's a good job you're here. All of you know more about what you're doing than I do.
Here are the plugs where you can see.
It's not very fast, is it? This robot. That one can't play football. But, before we go, plugs. On Saturday, so tomorrow, there's been quite the change in my day. I mean, it's not written down, but I'm going for a run in the morning because my knees have started to work again. Honestly, I've been taking these supplements. I've been taking El Argentine football team, and my knees are much better. My tent, woo, camper than a row of tents, and easier to erect. So tomorrow, I'm then on talk from this studio for a little news review with Alex Phillips from 12:30. Then I get in the car and dash off to Essex, Lambourne End, not in the way that the farmers like, to the Recovery Festival. The Ruben, if you've got a hangover tomorrow, it's for non-drinkers. Come on down, you'll feel a lot better. You might not, because I'm doing stand-up. But I then get in the car, have to get down to Stratford Tube Station, get on the tube down to Times Radio, where I'll be on radio talking about the news, at 5:30 till 6. Then I get on the tube, go down to Wimbledon and do some more stand-up comedy down there. And then I get back on the tube, go and try and find my car in Stratford and drive home. And then I'll have a line, and then on Sunday afternoon, evening, GB News, Free Speech Nation from 7. And that concludes tonight's viewing on BBC One. No, sorry, that's not what we're doing there. You're up to date. Oh, I know. There's only one asterisk on the whole thing. That's the only one I was booked for properly. The rest are because people have been ill or have pulled out. Honestly, if we ever cure the common cold, my career is over. Someone invents a panacea and no one gets ill anymore. Look at that, I'd have 1 gig all day. And thankfully, because I am very available last minute when I can be. Squirrel says, camper van, Beethoven. Top job, Steve. Thank you, Jules. Thank you, Jules. Thank you, Jules. Enjoyed it, Steve. I enjoyed you as well, Ruben. Been brilliant. Have you? Well done. Hopefully I've been all right as well. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Charlotte. Where's your mum gone? Thank you, young Steve. It's been emotional. I'm welling up as well. Might miss the sunflower seeds in my brekkie tomorrow. Be careful. Honestly, that and a bit of cod liver oil. You'd be getting a caravan, let alone a tent. Alex Phillips, you don't mention Rupert or I won't be mentioning that. You'll get a blow dryer treatment like Paul Cox, who now has straight long hair. I don't need to worry about the hair, do I? Pretty 7, says Jules. How did you know my nickname? Oh, no. Why, thank you. Looking after yourself, says Alan, you too as well. Alex says, I like Free Speech Nation. See you on there. See you on that. Well, I won't, but you can see me on there. Lewis looked different tonight. It's all the carbs. 1 gig a day as you get older is more than sufficient. You get some L-Argentines and you will be flipping, gigging left, right, and center. You'll be getting 1.21 gigawatts. I get 1 gig a day, up and down. Unused glove. So maybe this show had more viewers than headliners tonight. And that's not saying much. Thank you very much for watching all the things. Follow online. If you have some time to ever look at this thing on YouTube again, leave a proper comment under the actual video when it's been processed. Click like, click subscribe. Tracy, I should play you an advert for some bifold doors or something. That's what you used to get on Time FM. Bifold windows and doors. Just around the corner from the cinema. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, bye.
Here comes the news with a twist and a grin. Steve and Alan diving in again.
Britain is in the
Almost daily, but always sharp. He'll hit your brain like a lightning spark. Steve and Alan, almost daily. Laughs and facts, served out plainly. You're dose of wit, it's never shady. Steve and Alan, almost daily.
Do 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 do.